Hello investigators! Today we will take you through the huge collection of freebies handed out at the official Arkham Nights event at the Game Center in Minnesota in October 2022. Well, because you may be attending an Arkham Nights event yourself. You might be thinking of going next year, or you could be a collector or a completionist deciding whether to pay big money on eBay, particularly if you're watching this in 5 or 10 years after the event. And you may see some items up for grabs in our 6th birthday celebrations this November. The ticket price for this year's Arkham Nights increased from $50 to $75, but it sold out very quickly, so lots of people think this is a price worth paying for 3 days of exclusive gaming. This year the swag was almost entirely related to the card game, and a lot of the actual events were skewed that way as well. So take that, all of you doomsayers that have been saying this game is dead for the last half decade. By our terrible math skills, there are 10 separate items in the goodie bag, not including the lanyard they give you as an attendee. So let's kick off with the poster. Posters have been a recent but regular addition to Arkham Nights swag, as they allow FFG to show off, or rather recycle, their existing art. And they are generic enough to appeal to any Arkham Files player. This year we have a portrait cropping of Horrific Journeys by one of our favourite Arkham artists, Jacobus Wagintas. You may have seen it as the box cover for the Mansions of Madness expansion it is named after, where you can appreciate the full image. It measures 8 inches by 12 inches, or roughly 46 by 30 centimeters, which is slightly smaller than previous years. It is definitely thicker than previous offerings, however, and is printed on a high sheen silk finish designed deliberately to frustrate any YouTubers wanting to photograph it. Next up is the Playmat, which is definitely one of the most popular choices of promo items, as they have been giving them away since the days of the Call of Cthulhu card game back in the 2010s. And these aren't ones that are being recycled from previous organised play promotions, but have been specially formatted for this year's event. There are 3 different designs: the Raven, the Tentacle and the Gargoyle, so it is Russian roulette if you get the one you want, or pick one on eBay. Like all playmats, it has a printed polyester fabric layer featuring the artwork and a natural rubber base to stop it sliding on a table. It is very thin, making it convenient to roll and store. And the smell is actually not too bad as playmats go. Or maybe we are now immune. Next up is a new and complete copy of Final Hour. Stop that groaning at the back. Yes, this game doesn't have the massive amount of story text you have to stop and read every 30 seconds that other Arkham Files games do, but you can complete it in under an hour, and we've always had fun whenever we've played it. Check out our video explaining it in 60 seconds or something. Possibly the star of the show and many people's reason for attending is a chance to play and usually take away a brand new standalone scenario, although usually a version printed in-house with weird sized packaging and components. Fortune and Folly was given away free to each attendee, and there was a chance to play it while you were there. Check out our Fortune and Folly videos whenever they are ready for more spoiler-free information. You can buy these Arkham Nights exclusive versions ahead of the April 2023 release from the Game Center online store if you want to treat your gaming friend or spouse this Christmas. Or just treat yourself. You probably deserve it more than they do anyway. And they also gave away an alternative art promo card. 3 promo cards. 4! 4 shall be the number of the promo cards. 5 promo cards. Any more? You sure? Thank you. Okay, another popular item in every year's swag bag is the variant game component. Looking all the way back to the first ever Arkham Nights in 2010, that had exclusive cards for the 2nd edition Arkham Horror board game and the Call of Cthulhu living card game. And here we have 5, which are drawn seemingly randomly from the edge of the earth, and Scarlet Key's player expansions with 4 assets and 1 event. There isn't even one per class. What's going on? They have weird new borders, a confusing amount of pips, and events now have their title and icon at the top, as well as this golden colouring. You do remember gold cards are already a thing, right FFG? Let's not be confusing people now. Where did these borders come from? Is it a future game? Was it a rejected early design? Speculate in the comments below, people. What was wrong with the old design, eh? We did think that these might be the templates used for the new card type in the Scarlet Keys, but it isn't. What is it with you people and slideshows? Go on then. Now, there is no sense whinging about things as you can't change them, but there are a few points to make about these cards. Firstly, you only get one copy of each. Sin Eater is a card with the exceptional keyword, meaning you can only have one in your deck, so that's all good, but the other cards aren't. In fact, Sled Dogs allows up to 4 copies in your deck. Alright, don't throw your toys out the pram. These promos form the basis of the kits that stores can use to run their own Arkham events through the October and November period. Plus, FFG has a habit of recycling their promo materials, so you may see them again. This single promo policy isn't anything new either, as pre-pandemic you had to attend Gen Con to get your first promo and then Arkham Nights to get your second. Another niggle is the Hyperphysical Shotcaster has the new customizable keyword which debuted in the Scarlet Keys expansion, meaning it requires an upgrade card to get the most out of it. And it's not like they're just giving those away now, is it? Alright, fine, forget we said anything, but you still need the rulebook to tell you how to upgrade. Before we get all the way off FFG's back, we want to highlight Jeremiah Kirby. No? Okay, well, we'll do it after the credits then. Before you despair that the card gamers are getting all the love, then there is the usual set of Arkham board game dice. These are like regular 6-sided dice, but have an elder sign on the 5 and 6 faces to mark a success in most FFG games. They are different from the regular update packs, but they do have value and are currently selling on eBay for, how much? Holy smoke, if anyone out there wants to give us $100 for our set, then get in touch right away. Imagine how much the legendary purple dice would go for. Later, we're rich! Start buying up those luxury tokens you had your eye on. Okay, you missed the flagship event in the USA and you are too skint to go shopping on eBay after playing Hunt the Missing Mythos pack. Well, local stores had the opportunity to order kits of their own featuring the playmats and the promo cards, either physically or digitally, and run events until the end of November. Here is Ludoquist in London and here is Golden Goblin Games in Thailand. And we have a whole video on Arkham Nights Germany, who have additional promo investigators and parallel scenarios in their kits. Check out our Arkham Nights UK video to see which events are still to run, and which are offering prize support. Plus, you should totally watch our final hour video. You can't knock it until you've tried it, right? We don't care what you think of the game, our video is ace, with tons of jokes and a time-lapse sequence that took forever to make. Is anyone still here? Oh, you sat through the credits, just like a Marvel movie. Remember when we used to have little skits after the credits and taught you all about card protection? Ah, the good old days. Anyway, let's give you a little peek behind the design curtain and tell you a little more about this card here, as this isn't the first version of Mr. Kirby. We have mentioned before how much this game owes to its ancestor, Call of Cthulhu the card game, Fantasy Flight Games' first ever living card game. Heck, we even did an entire Twitter series introducing the Red Coterie. Anyway, do you think this person looks familiar? Maybe like a certain FFG employee? That's right, clearly the hat gave it away. It is game designer Jeremy Zwern. Ah, you are thinking, that is one of the staff portraits that FFG employees receive after they have been there for 5 years, right? You know, where they put you into the card art. Hello, Molly!
I really appreciate Arkham Chronicle, and you guys are great.
Well, what if we told you that Jeremy got his portrait on a card before becoming an employee? How badass is that? And he still designed the rest of the card too. How is this possible? Well, back in the day when FFG published competitive living card games, in fact before the co-op LCG was even a thing and they only published competitive card games, the prize for winning a world championship was to get to design your own card for the game you won and to appear on the art. There was none of this pick me spamming the live stream comments that you loser co-op players get when you design your cards. And Jeremy won the Call of Cthulhu Championship in 2013. Do you recognise the hat? That got immortalised too. In fact, Jeremy won all the LCG World Championships, mostly wearing a different hat, often competing and winning multiple titles in the same weekend. Android Netrunner, Warhammer Invasion, Warhammer 40k Conquest. Sometimes he had only started playing the game weeks before winning. After 5 World Championship wins, he had designed so many cards for so many different games, FFG figured they would hire him and give the rest of us a chance to win. This man was truly the Chuck Norris of living card games and was immortalised into FFG's Hall of Heroes. No, we don't have time for that much nostalgia. The Call of Cthulhu card game was a competitive game, and without an opponent you can't translate the card effect over to the new co-op LCG, but you still draw 5 cards from the top of your deck, so the mechanics are there in spirit. Have you spotted Jeremy's second Mythos artwork anywhere in the Arkham files yet? Remember to look for the hat. Thanks for staying right to the end. Did you know it's our birthday this month? Rather than have a single competition on the 15th, we will be hosting giveaways every single week throughout November, starting today, so make sure you check back often. Do you want to receive your very own copy of Mr. Cool Hat here? Anyone who answered yes, go to the back of the queue, as only crazy people give out promo cards one at a time when you need a full playset of 2, or even 4. As we learned, Jeremy's Wern is the Chuck Norris of living card games, so in the comments down below, let us know what you are the Chuck Norris of. Is it baking, quilting, scrapbooking, or drawing the autofail token more times than probability should allow? Also, let us know if you want 2 Kirbys, 2 String of Curses, 2 Shooting Irons, or 1 Sin Eater. It's exceptional, 1 counts as a full playset. And no, you can't have 4 sled dogs. These will be appearing in a future competition. You don't have to like or subscribe or even share this video, but it can't hurt your chances, right? Just saying. And if you don't know who Chuck Norris is, he certainly knows who you are.